Hi everyone. Right, second part of this weekend's tag, and I'm going to make another autumn one. I've been digging through my stamps, and I'm trying to use things I've not used before. This I've had maybe 2 years, and so I thought, right, okay, let's get it out, let's have a play. And I have to admit, I've had problems with it, but anyway, Crafty Individuals it's called, and these are the tree ones. So that's the big one there. They are not mounted, so I've used this stuff, stick and spray, the repositionable stamp adhesive. So that's what I've been using. I've had problems that I couldn't get the middle to stamp. So out comes, I think this is a stamping mat. Where are we? Sorry, I am to Sizzix stamping mat. As you can see by all the little holes in it, I've used it for doing flowers when you go around and do your thing with the, I can't get my words out this afternoon. One of these things. Right, so I'm thinking that's a sheet that I've stamped out with leaves, different colours. So that one's saddle brown, which is a stays on one. Then we got wild honey, antique linen, which was rubbish. Tea dye, which has come a nice brown on this white card actually. Scattered straw. That one is a new one to me. This is I've only just discovered distress oxides, and this is ice spruce. And that one there, frayed burlap, which is a nice brown actually. I quite like that one. But then realised that I've got a load of die cuts which are this kind of shape, so I didn't need them. Oh well, there you go. And I am going to put it on plain card because I want to add my own colour because I don't have any orange. And this is another page out of, I need to come back out, sorry. Right, seasick. Another page from the Elizabeth Holden's book. I was looking at it and I thought, well, I could use these leaves and just cut around these leaves for what I want to do. But they're just that bit too big for me. But I do want, I want the acorns and I want the words there because they'll go at the top of the card. So, cut a piece of card. That's right, that'll do. I ought to have a stack of these already cut. But the whole idea is to show that it can be done. I don't use time delay. And they are quick, eventually. They're relatively easy. Like I've just finished making a journal and I go a bit brain dead after I've made a journal. Certainly after I've finished the journal. It's I use right, so distress inks. We have this will be wild honey. And I quite like this. Sort of discovering. I just want blobs of that at the moment. So that's that one. Oh, and the good old autumn tea dye. So that's, oops. In the absence of orange, this seems to work quite nicely. Now this is a bright and in-your-face one, this one. Now, the one thing I did discover was that, this is where I run out of these things. This is red brick. And at first I was a bit, ooh, shall I, shan't I? But when you're having a play around, actually, I can blend this in. So she's making a bit of a mess of it. Okay. That I think is a wonderful colour. Yep, I quite like that. But that is definitely, I think, enough red. So get rid of that. Okay, so we have a bit too much red up here, so let's just tone it down a bit with the wild honey. And then maybe go back over with the tea dye. Yeah, like that. That is autumn on a plate, isn't it? Or on a piece of card, anyway. I've realised why my table rocks, my camera's mounted on the table. It's because in the shed, which is where I am, there's a wooden floor, and if I move on it, it bounces the whole floor. So I do apologise, I get carried away. Oh, this is shabby shutters, so just a bit of green, just to go. Oh, hello, autumn. Yeah, so like I was saying, I bounce up and down when I'm doing these things because I've been known to go a little hard on them. And it makes my table rock, so I do apologise, but that's what's happening. Right, I like that. So that is autumn on a card for me. Now then, does it fit? Yes. Right, I've quite got into this walnut stone. Well, I have for the purposes of these tags anyway. So, just go around the edges. Maybe a little darker on the bottom. Yeah, looking good. Right, I am going to, where are my leaves going? I want, let's get rid of those. There's one that didn't work. So I'm thinking that I am going to cut round these. Look, that makes it so much easier. Now, the bright-eyed amongst you, or sharp-eyed, will notice I didn't do it on that side. I was thinking, oh, maybe I won't bother, but actually it does make a bit of a difference, making the notches. So 3 rules of 3. So that one was wild honey. This one is saddle brown, and I think, just to give it a bit of contrast, we'll go for scattered straw. Right, so I am being as quick as I can, because I appreciate this must be like watching paint dry. Is it turning autumn wherever you are? I know it's all of a sudden, I think I said on my last video, the leaves are like bang, they've gone yellow, and that's it. We are in autumn. The girls were moaning that it's not. We go to the beach a lot because we surf, or my husband surfs, and so therefore any kids that come and live with us, they also get dragged to the beach. And they get a chance to learn if they're so inclined. So they were complaining, oh, we won't be going to the beach very often. I'm like, yeah, but just think, it'll soon be Christmas. Oh, yeah. There is always an upside. Right, I think. We are there. So I'm thinking 3 leaves. I'm going to stamp up there. And then the words at the top, I think, is how I'm going to do it. So let's just quickly give them a bit of leaf curl. I think I'm going to leave the white bits. Well, that shows up nicely on that one. Yep, that's looking good. Let's get rid of that. And then maybe just a bit darker at the bottom where it's dying off. Right, so that's those. And then, right, that's, ooh, I don't know. Okay, let's, no, I can't turn it that way. So, right, those are the words I want. Can't beat a bit of tearing. I go up there. Too big. So if we have that, tell you what, before I get carried away, let's do a bit of stamping. Right, for this I've got Stays On Saddle Brown, which I don't want it to stand out, say like blackwood. I always think black is more of a winter tree. And for this, I just want a tree that's there, but okay. Right, I wanted the dark bit at the bottom. I think I want it slightly off the edge. So maybe like that. As I said, I had a practice run with this stamp and thought, oh my life. Perhaps that's where a stamping platform would come in. But now that looks brilliant. Like that. Okay, so where were we? So we have one. Oh, I've lost a leaf. 2, 3. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. I wonder, let's make that. If that was to go in there, and then the leaves could actually go along. Oh, I like that. Yes, that is a lot better than what I was thinking, although that is still a bit too big. Come on. The writing on these is phenomenal. My handwriting is rubbish. Yep. And then with the leaves over the top. See, what I was thinking was the acorns could actually go, although the beech nuts, no, I quite like the acorns. I'd never really thought about doing anything autumn inspired before, so this is new to me as well. I think I've just slimmed down an acorn. Let's get rid of that big bits. I'll leave them joined together for the moment and see how it works. Oh, I've definitely slimmed down an acorn. So if I've got leaves, also Christmas bell. Okay, that's not working for me. So let's just smooth that off. Maybe. No, rubbish. Maybe I'm not going to use them. Maybe we go back to and make it. No, I think we're going somewhere. That one. That's better. Right. So we can keep this one. The other one's just that bit too big. If we put it on an angle, it all fits. Love it. Right. Let's quickly. I'm like this when I do my books. I can sit there for ages, and in the end I get that frustrated sometimes. I have to get up and walk off because it's like, ugh. And the amount of times I've done something that's just gone in the bin. I've often wondered why we have the different. So over here in the UK, we call it autumn. And in America, you call it the fall. Is it all of America? Or all of the Americas, should I say? Or is it just the US of A? No, I'm sure I've seen it actually on with my limited knowledge on yeah. I like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's stick some of these down. So if I just zoom in a moment, you can actually see what I'm doing. Right, my trusty glue. So if I just get these in the right place to begin with. Do you know what I haven't done? Just so excited to actually get a layout that works. I haven't scrunched them up. There we go. Scrunch. As I said, this can be like quite therapeutic. Done. Right, this one first. Actually, this is working out better because I'm not gluing the top. I think just off the end there. Oh, I've just spotted these on my desk. These are the bits that I've pulled off a piece of hessian. Actually, they look a bit like dead grass, don't they? So let's mush them up a bit. So that is too long. So oh, that looks, yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. Right, back to where we were. There, I think. Acorns. Yep. And then this big boy. I'm only gluing on the bottom because I don't want to squash down the leaves that are on the back of them. Just bring that over. And then the words. There we go. Oh, I'm liking that. A little bit of texture. Love the colours, even though they were born out of sheer frustration. So there we have it. I will back it onto one of these cards. We have a nice solid card. Well, I hope it's given you some inspiration sort of some ideas on what you want to do. And take care now, and I will speak to you all next week. Bye.